Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. So I was recently just thinking to myself about how shallow the past summers actually felt because I barely found activities that could fulfill me in some sort of way. And even if I found some of them, it felt as if they did not give me the right pleasure, and it felt as if I was just doing them in order to cover time. I remember 2 years ago or 3 years ago and more, I would just spend the whole summers doom scrolling on social media and always staying attached to the screen of the phone. And thinking about this right now, I want to laugh because it was so dangerous and it was so toxic to my brain and toxic to my overall mental health and well-being. Alright, so let's get started. The first one is probably the most basic one because it's obvious, but you have to invest time in your looks and your personality. This duo has to be lethal in order to become magnetic. So when we take care of ourselves, let's take an example. We do our skincare when we wake up in the morning, and we apply our skincare too around night, right before we go to bed. This is so important because we're taking care of ourselves. Just by doing a skincare, we could see the glow, for example, in our face, The same goes for eating well, resting well, hydrating yourself well, dressing well. Even if you don't have to go anywhere in particular, you just dress well for yourself. This is so important. And when you also invest time in your personality in order to make it match with your looks, this is how you unlock the law of authenticity. When you are authentic to yourself, in the way you are, in the way you just present yourself as, this is how you attract other people too. Because nothing can shake you. You are just being yourself. You accepted everything and you are just being you. And this is the most attractive thing that you could actually do to yourself. So you see, it's all a game of finding the right match for your looks and your personality. For example, I am a person who's true to himself, right? So my personality can be outgoing with the right people only because I tend not to speak to people I don't like. I just tend to isolate when I don't find people who are generally good to me. But I'm very outgoing with the right people. So this is a part of my personality. But also based on my looks, I always want to choose bright colors, for example, or pastel colors, because I want to represent how soft my soul is and I want to open my soul. I know this might sound crazy, you might think, but it's so important to match your vibe with your looks, because when they just come across together, this is when you become attractive. Another thing to become extremely magnetic is to practice self-trust regularly. You see, the issue is sometimes that we get ready, we are super friendly sometimes and stuff like that, But we highly doubt ourselves. And I know that this might sound controversial, but doubting yourself isn't magnetic. You are attracting fear instead of magnetism, of success, attractiveness. When you attract fear, you are more likely to be more vulnerable to catastrophes to come into your life. You just have to believe in yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to be confident about your qualities, about your personality. You have to be confident about your face because you are unique. You are unique. You don't need to compare yourself to other people. You are unique and you are beautiful in the way you are if you take care of yourself right. For example, when you're facing something to do and you have some thoughts that might tell you you can't do that, this is not something that you can do, for example, because you think that you're unable to do the thing, you can just remind your thoughts and yourself that you can do this. And even if the feeling is uncomfortable, you can still go on and finish the task. So comfort yourself, comfort your thoughts, reshape the thoughts, because not every thought you have is real. The only thing that is real is the interpretation that you give to that thing. You can have a lot of negative thoughts, but if you reshape the way you interpret them and you remind yourself that you can do the thing, trust me, you're able to do anything. Third thing, very important, practice discipline. Discipline is one of the best tools in order to really trust yourself better. When you just follow what you want to plan for yourself, when you are just, when you show up for yourself, this is how you enhance your self-trust and you become more confident. So if you really want to become confident in terms of confidence, you should always be disciplined to what you plan for yourself. Always say no to distractions and always no to bad coping mechanisms or bad things in general that just don't fulfill you. Another thing that could enhance your confidence or raising your self-trust is by repeating affirmations. For example, my morning routine consists in just waking up, going to wash my face with cold water in order to wake my body up on the physiological aspects, and then I stretch my body a bit and I repeat those affirmations. When you just repeat these affirmations, you are telling your subconscious mind that you already have these qualities. The subconscious mind doesn't judge and doesn't know if something is real or not. It just acts based on what you say and what you tell yourself. If you believe that you're ugly, the subconscious mind will find reasons as to why you're ugly. If you tell yourself you're pretty, the subconscious mind will find reasons as to why you're pretty. So if you repeat these affirmations at first when you wake up in the morning and right before bed in order to cleanse your energy, you're also reshaping your brain. And it might feel absurd because you're saying, well, but it's just words, it's just affirmations. What do you think that they do? They do if you believe in them. When you say them, when you visualize yourself already having that thing, they can have a lot of effect, especially if they're repetitive. Another delicate thing is manifestation. So I feel like most people misunderstand the concept of manifestation. It's not like you just write down whatever you want. You say, oh yes, I want to be a millionaire. But at first, you don't want to put the effort in becoming a millionaire. And second of all, you don't even believe in becoming a millionaire because you don't have a main purpose as to why you want to become a millionaire. I personally believe that true manifestation works when you really feel it with your heart. When it's something that you want to do for your heart and you have a true purpose as to why you want a thing to come into your life and you put the effort in reaching that thing, the thing is most likely to come at you. Just putting effort, you could reach anything. For example, you could say, I want to have a good grade, and you study a lot and you get a good grade, okay? But there's a difference between just putting effort and succeeding at that and manifesting the thing from your heart and still putting effort and succeeding at that. The first one, you only receive the thing physically, and the second one, you also get the emotional aspects and you start to enter into the abundance mindset because you are really craving that from your heart. For example, someone wants to become a millionaire because they want to help people. So before you manifest, always ask yourself, do I really want this thing? Does this thing really come from my heart, or is this just something that I want for no reason just because another person has it? You always have to be true and real about what you manifest, because manifestation can sometimes reverse it and you might get what you don't wish to get. Another thing is find hobbies that you love. You might like drawing, for example. What a beautiful thing it is to drawing. You can draw your emotions, you can draw a character that you like, you can draw anything you want if you open your soul to that. You can listen to music. What a beautiful thing it is to listen to music. You can listen to your artist, you can dance like crazy to the music that you love. You might like singing. What a beautiful thing it is to sing. Just find a hobby that you truly love doing for this summer. Don't spend time scrolling on social media because you don't know what to do. Ask yourself instead, what's something that I really love doing? I may love playing the piano, I might love playing guitar, all of those things. Just ask yourself what you truly want to do because you love doing that with your soul. This is an extra one. It's like a bonus point. But if you have friends, if you have good friends, good companies that make you feel good, go for them. I highly believe that summer is 100% better when you have good companies you can spend the time with. You can hang out with those people, you can go out with those people, you can find organize meetings with those people. When you just have people that make you feel good for who you are and enhance the way you actually love yourself. If you're someone like me that barely has friends, I get that we might not have the full opportunity, but still there's plenty of things that we can do individually in order to be magnetic, in order to enjoy our summer better. Another thing is stay in touch with nature and go outside more. When you always stay in your room, it feels like you are being in a golden cage. Going outside to me is therapy, and so is going for walks, for example, in the nature. Just the fact that I can talk to the trees, I can hug the trees, I can touch flowers, I can smell the odor that they release. I can just walk in nature and there's just this quiet space that gives me time to reflect on myself better, on life better. This is therapy to me. Rather than just choosing this mess, you choose to stay in messy environments or people that just don't uplift you. Choose to go for a walk, maybe even as a break from what you're doing. Just go outside more. It's so important for this summer. And lastly, make sure to let yourself feel your emotions fully, but don't grasp on the negativity of the emotions. You might be very, 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 very depressed, but maybe you are witnessing this emotion because you feel alone inside. My advice is just let yourself feel depressed for that amount of time. But after a while that you grieve these emotions, get up and tell yourself, okay, I felt this way because maybe I was grieving something that I was not able really to heal before. But I'm healing that right now. But what can I do in order to get myself up again and start to relive again? What can I do for myself? You can do something that I said before. You can find an hobby that you love. You could go out in nature for a walk. You can have one friend you can speak about your situation that feels supportive. But please, after a while, get up, and don't grasp on the negativity. Always have hope for yourself. It happened a lot to me. Like when things didn't go right for me, I always told myself, I don't care because I know that good things are coming for me. I know that it is not my problem to deal with the negativity of the moment. I can feel it, but it's not my problem to stay in that because I deserve big things coming my way. I deserve to be blessed with a lot of blessings. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. I hope that this video was useful. I hope that you were able to understand more things about yourself and how to become magnetic this summer, because I want all of us to become extremely magnetic. And yeah, I just hope that we all have a great summer and see you in the next video. Bye.